Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Hello. Well, you all, we have actually come to the end of season one. I cannot believe it. We've had so many episodes this season, and they've all been just great
hmm
because we get to meet different people in the community. We have talked to those hands and feet of orphan care, foster care that's out in our community
Yeah.
working either on their own as a 501c3, or maybe they're with their company, or should I say, and we also have different alliances within our community here just for the community of fostering and adoption.
Yep.
So we've talked to our different chamber people. We talked to our different just organizations that's out there with funds in order to support our foster and adoption families. So hopefully you all did a lot of note taking this season and you were able to write down and know who to connect to. We had a lot of churches that were represented and talked about. I'm just thinking of one with the taxes that's doing the God Loves You party.
Mhm.
We have one of those coming up soon, so it's fresh on my mind because we've been out shopping and getting all gifts for the children. So it's a lot that went on season one, and then we got very serious with season one, Sam.
Yes, we did.
And we talked about a lot of grieving,
hmm
just grieving children that have been in your home and left your home. Also, just different life-changing things that have occurred in people's life. Might have been through unfortunate miscarriage, or just adoption that was told that you anticipated that did not occur, or just a child that you were, enjoying loving on that was reuniting with the family. So it's a great thing. Reunification is the goal of fostering. And it's a great thing when they can go back and be in a safe, loving environment of their bio family. But it's also sad for our fostering families. But because we know God and we know who He is, then we can get excited that this family is reunited once again. What else did Sam, we talked about therapy, a lot
Yeah.
of therapy. Season one was really good to share those opportunities and those resources with us. And on top of that, we had an opportunity to hear from other foster parents,
Mhm.
hear from other adopted parents. They talked about their journey. They shared their story with us. Some we cried over, different times we laughed at different things that occurred during that journey. But these are children whose lives were impacted by our neighbors, by those in our community, those that serving God and who have opened up not just their hearts, but their homes
Right.
to children who come from hard places, who
Yeah.
come from traumatic situations that unfortunately they're working through visitations with the parents, through counseling sessions, through therapy. Some of it is just occupational therapy, physical therapy. Some of it just, trying to have a better health status for the children. But these are real things that children are dealing with every single day. And we know this here in America, every 2 minutes a child goes into foster care. So since we've been on here, we've already had 5 children go into foster care or back into foster care. We also heard from children who have lived that life,
Yeah.
and a young adult who has lived that life and been through foster care themselves. So they talked about the traumatic situations they were in. They talked about the decision making that they had to deal with, just the heartache of it, and being able aging out of foster care and then going back to this family of an ideal of a family that you have in your head, but then when you go back in, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Maybe some thoughts got miscrewed, or you wanted some things to happen, and we have this idea of what family would look like and what the family was like as a child. But when he walked back in, he noticed that was not the reality
Yeah.
that he was facing. It was quite different. So we talked about a lot during season one. what? I thank you, Sam, for just, saying yes to the call to come on with us and talk about and expose the different resources that we have in our community to our community
Yeah.
and talk about those things. So thank you for being with us this first season
Mhm.
and everything that we talked about. And I know you're not a foster parent, but or adopted parent, but we did talk about how you don't have to foster,
Mhm.
you don't have to adopt, and everybody can't do everything, but everyone can do something.
Mhm.
So this was your something, Sam, and I thank you for starting this fostering and adoption podcast off with us
Mhm.
doing season 1. And just tell us about your thoughts of season 1 or some things that you probably learned that maybe not being in this space of ours, our chaotic space, that you've learned that just you didn't know of, or just more impressed with how parents can open up their homes and hearts to do this type of work of
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, my mind, I think, was just every interview was just a little bit blown. Like, just we started out and we would hear just story after story, and I think it was a secret grace and blessing from the Lord that some of the stories we heard later on were a little harder to hear, because I just don't think my heart could have taken it like right off the bat. Because we've heard over the course of the first season some really hard things, some really tough, difficult things, realities that our children face, and we know that that's out there, but we don't like to think about it. We don't like to hear that story. We don't want it to be put up in front of us. And yet it's so important that it is. And I think that, we all, like you said, we all have a place in this. And it may be for a season. A lot of foster families don't foster for the rest of their, it's not like a lifelong for
Right.
everybody. It is a season, and that's okay. My season was to get, to start this with you, to kind of get our feet wet together and learn about this and talk to these families, and just the common things of respite care, how needed that is,
Right.
how everyone can do something, how you have to be called into this space. Like, you can't
Mhm.
do this if you're not called, because it's not for the strong. It's not about being
Mhm.
strong or weak. It's about whether you're called. And
Right.
that God provides, like, all the time. He will always meet you in it. If he's calling you
Mhm.
to it, he'll meet you in it.
Right.
That, like you said, you have to ask for help, that there's a community waiting to assist you, to be there for you,
Mhm.
to help you. But you do have to ask for help, whether it's straight from the Lord and you're like, Lord, send something or someone, because I don't know what to do, or
Mhm.
just asking your resources, asking your CPS workers, asking your case managers, talk to them, talk to the people in your church. How can they serve you? Because they
Right.
want to. um, I think just having such a deep respect for what you do, Nikki, for the space that you live in, for the space that the foster families live in, the CPS workers. Like, I know that it's a broken system. I know that there have been bad
Right.
experiences.
Right.
Like, everyone knows this, but you have to have at least some respect for what they do, and understand
Mhm.
that they see it all the time and every day. And so they're gonna come from a different headspace. And this is tough. And honestly, it it has really just shifted my perspective. Like, I knew from my own just awakening from God, from myself and my own experiences in life, that things were bad, but and hard, and kids go through a lot. But this has been very close, and it's been very, I've experienced it in a more intimate way. And yeah, it's been eye-opening in the best way possible. And I think if our hearts aren't always broken in some way, we'll get complacent. And it's so important
Right.
to have this brokenness in your heart for someone or something. We can't just live our lives for ourselves. We have to do something. Whatever that thing is for you.
Mhm.
That's what I'm passionate about. That's my thing, like living a calling, living a purpose. And so I'm honored that I got to be in this space for the time that I did, because I have taken away so much. It's invaluable.
Right, right. And I just appreciate you being here. And one of the things you said that we reiterate over and over again is that you have to be called
Hmm.
to this space. This is not just somewhere you just dibble and dabble and, and just, oh, okay, I'm going to just do this and I'm going to make money. This is not a money making deal.
Mm-mm.
This is not a money-making deal. What I'm really trying, it's not something you can just do for yourself to make you feel better
Mm-hmm.
or look better to those that you're around because first of all, it's unpredictable.
Right.
So it's not going to make you look good because at the worst moment in the worst place that a child can misbehave, they will.
Mm-hmm.
And now all eyes on you, and it's nothing positive. And I know our foster parents, adoptive parents, because as I've said before, adoption is not a cure to anything. The pain is still there. The hurt is still there. The situation is still there. They're still without their parents.
Right.
Their bio parent. Yes, we fulfill a part. Also, we make sure that, we do everything we can to make sure they feel loved, to make sure they feel wanted, make sure they feel connected. But we also have to be in the right space ourselves. And that space that we have to be in is with God.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't have a vertical alignment, there's no way we can have a horizontal alignment with any child, any connection. The first connection must be vertical. And that's with our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if that connection's there, you will understand your call. You will
Yes.
understand your place. You'll know
Hmm.
where you're supposed to serve, how you're supposed to serve, where you're supposed to go, when.
Right.
It will fall into place. And a little caveat on the when is and
Hmm.
where is sometimes he won't tell you. He'll say,
Uh-huh. Right.
just do this thing over here. I'm not going to explain all of it. You're not going to know.
Uh-huh.
It's faith, but when you have that right relationship with the Lord, you're seeking his heart. He will
Hmm.
reveal it to you and he will show you where he wants you to go. And it might be the foster care space, but it might be to foster and adopt, but it
Hmm.
might be to just be that person that does fundraisers or donates a skill or
Right, right.
gets backyard orphans into your church and
Hmm.
does, gets them started
Yes,
with
and help
having
just
their own
meet that
fostering
need.
program.
That
Mm-hmm.
might be your spot
Yep.
to help meet that need. And through resources, through connection, through that respite, through that babysitting, and we have so many different things in our community where you can just tap in and be there.
Yeah.
But you have to be called. Your heart has to be right
Mm-hmm.
with God so that you can truly understand that no matter what you do, it's going to leave an impression on that child.
Yes.
Might it be positive, might it be negative.
Mm-hmm.
Children are like wet cement, is what the quote says.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever touches them is going to leave an impression.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to us. What type of impression are we going to leave? And we have to intentionally think about that, intentionally make those steps so that we can make sure that these children who are going to be adults one day are ready and prepared for life, ready and prepared emotionally as well as physically.
Yes.
What can we do to get them in a better place than what they're in right now? And that's what season one was all about. And I mean, I was so excited to start season one, and I knew to reach out. God, I mean, I didn't know God told me, but I just know enough to say, okay, Lord, you have your will, your
Yep.
way. And when I reached out to you through his permission and guidance, I just knew having another person who wasn't in that space to introduce to the community everything that's out there and to see the looks on your face as the people talk. I love to hear you just, say, oh gosh, I did not know, I was not aware. And that's why the podcast is just so very important to make others that's in the space and not in the space aware of what's in our community, what's out there, what are we going through, how can we make this situation better, not just for the adults, but for the children as well.
Yes.
Now,
Now
Sam, I am so excited about season two.
I am too. I'm
And
so
I'm
excited.
excited because I get to be with my loved one, my best friend, my homie, he's not my partner in crime, but in everything we do, he is definitely my partner.
He is.
So Larry will be joining us for season two and proceed on. So our season two is we're going to actually give out more information about this soon, but let me just tell you. We're going to unveil our life.
Mhm.
We're going to be able to talk about our own journey, share our own story. We're going to give you the inside scoop
Mhm.
of the Ransons, and we're going to talk about fostering and adoption and what all that look like. You all, simply stated, we're going to spill the tea. We have every week we will be airing at that time of doing season 2 on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, and we will be talking about topics that it's taken us 13 years to talk about.
Mhm.
So just topics that we just don't want to talk about. We don't know if this is able to be talked about. Well, guess what? We are in America and we do go through it. So we're going to talk about it.
We'll talk about
So we're going to first just kind of talk about the T itself. What is the T to fostering and adoption? Those that don't have teens like we have, our kids, spilling the tea is telling all your business. Okay, that's what the T is. It's just the business of the business.
it.
We're going to talk about what that looks like, the scary truth in certain parts. We're going to talk about the ugly reality. Some more things we talk about is just disruptions and disorder and chaos in your home. Just the uproar that comes out on a daily and weekly in your home. Sanity. How do you get sanity in this insane space?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Is it just my house or is it your house too?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about these things. Larry's going to join us and be here with us. So season 2, I can't wait to talk about Sam. That's going to lead us up to Christmas time. So tune in for season 2, starting on November the 4th. Season 2 starts, and that will be with Nikki and Larry. So thank you, and please tune in and just look forward to more information on season 2.
Yes.
Thank you, and
Thank
keep doing
you.
what you're doing, knowing God is with you. Keep Him first. So it's always God, family, then business, and business is whatever business you have. God will continue to flourish your home. He will continue to just show you overflow in your finances, promotions on your jobs. Just being obedient to Him will open up doors.
Yes.
But you have to be ready
Yep.
because the devil will be mad, and that's a good thing.
Mhm.
But if you stay in His word, you continue to stay prayed up, pray up your house, make sure your children know who you serve in your home,
Yeah.
then you'll be able to make sure that you have a fence around your house that the devil cannot penetrate through. So thank you for your time. Keep doing what you're doing and know that you are truly appreciated and wanted here on the Fostering and Adoption Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.